Somebody will start this thing. We're ready. A few things, just general overview of the game. One of the things I promised when we came down here was we would fight, scratch, and claw for everything. I thought till the last minute second, I thought our guys really battled. And one of the things that I tell our guys all the time, I'm a Kentucky fan 364 days a year. This day we took off so we could try to compete like crazy. And I think if anybody paid attention, I think we earned a little bit of respect from people, what our program's about. And we're not going to come down and gimmick and do those kind of things to compete. We're going to come down and play every single time. But I'm excited about guys like Vance Cooksey in our program, and I'm no less proud sitting here in front of you now than I was when we pulled up here coming through 64 today. So any questions you have from myself or Vance, we'd be thrilled to answer.
Kelly, how big is Brandon Knight?
Well, we got a pretty good one sitting over here too, but I think Brandon Knight is an exceptional player. And one of the things he creates for you is a problem of being able to stop him in any transition. We didn't play John Wall, but I can't imagine him being a whole lot more difficult to stop than he was. And, you know, we didn't have an opportunity to really use our hands or our body to stop penetration or anything tonight, so it was kind of like, well, what do you do? And I didn't want to play his own, so we just had some trouble stopping him. He's a mismatch nightmare for anybody who, you know, you got guys that are as quick as him like Vance, but don't have the same size and girth, and he's just a good player, tough cover.
What did you think of him, Kelly, being small?
Oh, go ahead, Charlie.
It's normally a good shooting team. I've seen you play a lot. Didn't shoot the ball well this season.
Well, they had a lot to do with that. I mean, they knew that too. I mean, we didn't play who's got a secret. They knew we could shoot the basketball a little bit, and they did a very good job of pressuring up on us. And one of the things we had some success when we finally decided to start dribble penetration and getting the ball into the paint. Even Trevor, who's more of a perimeter shooter, got the ball in the paint, made some good assists. When Vance started getting back to the basket a little bit, Quincy drove it a few times, really opened things up for us. We didn't do that enough. We didn't understand that as well as we needed to.
What were the 37 fouls, do you think, sort of a reflection of the competitive nature of your team? Or
We're not going to lay down. It doesn't matter what. And Kentucky puts that kind of pressure on you. They're not a set-oriented team where they're going to run, take perimeter shots. They're going to force you to guard them, and they want to live at the free throw line. I think they're playing with. I heard Cal say one time a layup is great, and an open make three is just good. I mean, that tells you his philosophy. He wants to get that ball to the basket, and they do a great job of it. It's hard to defend, and they're going to see a lot of zone, and they're going to have to get ready for that. They didn't shoot the ball very well tonight, but I know guys like Darius and John Hood and those guys can shoot it when they're ready. And we look for Big D to have a good year too. They'll shoot the ball fine, but they're going to see a lot of zone. I promise you.
Any more questions?
Did you think the fouling, 37 fouls, is indicative of any change in how officials are officiating this year?
I told our guys we weren't going to discuss that once we got out in the media. There was obviously a difference there. They have an understanding. We're more perimeter oriented. We understand that. But there was a lot, and they warned us. They told us, hand checks are going to be called. I thought there was some that could have been called the other way too. But his style plays hard to guard. They've got 5 guys that are going to put it on the deck and go to the hole. We don't have 5 guys that are going to put it on the deck and go to the hole. So it's a big transition now to guard. I'd like to see that a little bit closer, and I thought that kind of stretched the game away from us. And we did some of our goals. Some of our goals were to keep it 40% from the field and under 30% from the three. Have a +5 rebound margin. I thought if we kept those things, we would have a chance to win a game. We kept it close to 40, obviously under 30. Got out rebounded, got hammered on the glass by 16. But then you add those free throws in. That's where the stretch is. But again, we're not complaining about that. We understand that that's how it goes. And we warned Vance before the game that if you're looking for that call and look at me and throw your hands up, you might as well just keep it running because it ain't gonna happen. So we knew that coming in, but we've got to get a little tougher. But I'm proud of these guys. Very proud.
How nervous were you guys, Vance, especially you guys on the team? How nervous were you coming into Rupp Arena?
I don't think we were nervous at all. I think we knew what situation we were getting into. Knowing that we're playing Kentucky, and they're a great, solid young team and everything. But speaking for myself, I was nervous because I played the Division I level, and I don't think my team was nervous either because we were very well prepared in the scout report and everything. It's just a lot of calls go one way and a lot of calls go another way. So I'm proud of my team the way we battled tonight.
What do you think tonight?
Brandon Knight is he's a very good player, solid, quick. like Coach Wells said, he can create a lot of problems in transition as far as, guys like myself being quick, quick enough to guard Brandon Knight. But, if you don't stop the ball, if you don't press up on him, if he gets past you like one step, it's going to create help for the other team, and, that leads to an open shot.
Kelly, how much better do you think Kentucky will be in a full court game as opposed to having to play half court to half court?
Well, I told you I'm a Kentucky fan. I don't like Kentucky in a half court game. I think they need to be in that type of situation. There's going to be times where I love them, so I follow them. I know what they like to do. I know tendencies. And we tried to take a lot of things they like to do away from them, and we knew, with the exception of one call that they had tonight, we knew 100% of the things that they were going to do. But we just at times couldn't get it stopped a lot of times, and some of that was we wanted to press up on some guys, and we wanted to use our hands some tonight, and we wanted to be physical as we could be, but we weren't allowed to do that. And again, that's the risk reward we took. We had a lot of fouls called on us, but nonetheless, I think they need to get in that transition game, and that doesn't take a mental heavyweight, to figure that out. That's what they need to do, and it's hard to slow them down. When you miss a shot and they get it off the square, and Knight's got his hands at any time, when you can trap him, then they throw it to Lamb and he attacks him, then they throw it to Miller and he attacks him. There's just a lot of dribble drive stuff that's hard to guard. It's not his first rodeo. He's won a lot of games doing it, so he knows how to coach it up.